buddy.
G-Roy Simon. The captains, please join G-Roy for the ceremonial face-off, please. Thank you, Curtis Hodgson, Mike Carnegie, and G-Roy Simon. Great to have you with us here this evening. Fans, now at this time, we ask you all to please rise, remove your hats, and join BC Country Music Association award winner Karen Lee Batten in the singing of O Canada.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all my sons command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
There it is. You know it. You love it. It's my all-time favorite song, Oh Canada, and that means it's time to play some lacrosse here from the Langley Events Center. Welcome on NLLTV.com and TSN 1410 to Associated Labels and Packaging. Vancouver Stealth Lacrosse. This is the National Lacrosse League. From the Langley Events Center, Jake Elliott and Brad Challoner with you. 6-9, Vancouver Stealth take on the 7-9 Calgary Roughnecks. In goal for Vancouver, it's Ty Belanger. 4-7, 11.3 goals against, and a save percentage of .787. That's second in the NLL. And the other end, it'll be big French Chiliano, 7-5, at 12.1 goals against, and a save percentage of .765. Your scratches: Vaughn Harris for Calgary, Travis Cornwall for Vancouver as John Harnett makes his Vancouver Stealth debut. Your referees for tonight: Mark Gardonio, David Westwood, Andrew Ecclestone, and your shot clock operator is Nick Thomas. Your head coach for the Roughnecks is Kurt Malowski. And for Vancouver, it's Jamie Batley. Vancouver will wear their blues with red and a little white trim in there, their BC flag-themed jerseys, as the Roughnecks will be in their whites with black trim and red helmets. Vancouver will work right to left across your monitor or radio dial as two teams make their way to center, and we're almost set to go for a big one here from the LEC.
It's a playoff game. Fourth and final regular season meeting, but it's a playoff game here tonight. Third and final spot on the line with the Colorado Mammoth beating up the Rochester Nighthawks right now in Denver.
Bobby Snyder and Jared Told. Sticks are down. Ball is down. Good crowd on hand. Blow the whistle. Let's play some lacrosse, and an early violation. Bob Snyder will give the ball to Vancouver.
Well, Tyler Burton on the injured reserve. Bob Snyder's first game since March against the Georgia Swarm, just his 7th of the year.
Here comes Reese Dutchon for his first ship. Swinging across the floor. Logan Schuss over the top with it. And a moving screen call on Vancouver. And here comes Dixon off the Calgary bench quickly. Drop feed to McCree and a stop for Belanger. So the Vancouver goaltender makes an important first save for him.
Yeah, that would have been a bit of a heartbreaker about 25 seconds into this one. Big save by Ty Belanger.
Something we saw Saskatchewan do was press Vancouver as soon as they came across the center line. Doesn't look like Calgary's doing that here so far. Small with a low drive and a big rebound right back to him. Bobbled the loose ball and Calgary comes up with it. Tyson Bell racing up the floor. Dutch trying to cut him off, and Belanger forced to make another good save. And a loose ball up for grabs in front of the Vancouver bench now. Is Salt battling for it. And O'Doherty will dig it out and come out of there with it. He's got a head of steam, maybe a 3-on-2. O'Doherty right in. Fake the shot. And now he'll kick it out here to Justin Salt, who's got to be in the conversation for Transition Player of the Year so far. Here's Evan Messenger with his first touch. Finds Joe McCready far near side down the wall now. McCready into the middle. He'll tuck it away, shoots it right on. And another big rebound given up by Chiliano as Ray does well to knock it back to Durston. They're getting good looks early here, but Chiliano, a perfect 3 for 3 so far. Here's James Ray on the spin. Had a ball slapped out of his stick by McRae with an active shot. Now Ray had it poked away again. And this will allow Calgary to get onto that loose ball. And the stick of Creighton Reed, former Colorado Mammoth, former Toronto Rock.
A veteran presence by McRae just all over James Ray. Attacks the ball carrier, strips the ball right out of his hands.
Here's Dixon, Hawksby. It looks like he'll be the matchup here tonight as Dixon trying to draw a call. Ref not buying it. 10 on the shot clock for Shatler. He'll feed back across to Dixon. Dart inside. Subber and scores.
That's what he does.
Does it better than anybody in the National Lacrosse League. That step back, underhand sub shot. And he beats Belanger to open the score in 1-0 Roughnecks.
Put up 6 the last time he played in this building. He has 1 in the first 3 minutes of this lacrosse game here tonight, but shoots around the body of Ian Hawksby and just throws it low far side on Ty Belanger as Harnett tried to get a kick save on it too.
Just so hard to defend when he can shoot while moving backwards like that. Snyder and Toll one more time. Ball yanked out of there by Snyder all the way deep into the Roughneck zone, and Chiliano out of his crease to play this one. And now the Roughnecks with 8 seconds to get it up and across center. They do that. And it's back into the stick of number 17, Dixon, with that Gretzky jersey tuck that he likes to go with. Now Tyler Digby, near side of Riley Lowe. He'll slide low. Takes a whack there from McFedridge. Give off to Doby. Here's Doby on the drive. Feet in front. Lowen had the shot blocked. Ball loose on top of the crease. Picked up by Doby with 3. Fires, and that one hit the base of the post. And a loose ball cleaned up there by Sultan. He'll turn it up floor. Hogarth running. So is McFedridge. Here comes Small. Justin Salt, and he just missed high. Takes a big ricochet off the end boards, and Manning will turn it back the other way here. He's got Mitch Wild with him, and he fired it wide. Picks it up on the back of the net of Belanger, and then try to roll pass. Hawksby blocked that. Comes up with it. Wild went down, and Hawksby has some open real estate. Has good tempo and pace to start this one.
Yeah, good pause turnover there by the Vancouver Stella. Calgary running some track.
Schuss fired wide and a thundering boom off the end boards.
Schuss needs to get off the schneid. Hasn't scored a goal in 3 games. By far the longest slump of his career.
Messenger trying to get in a late change. This allows Digby to go one-on-one with Hodgson. And Belanger with a stop as he drags the ball back into his crease.
Good pace to this one to start.
O'Doherty into the middle. Rolling. Now back away and feed to Durston. Down low for Ray now with 15 on the shot clock. James Ray. Drives in, lowers the shoulder. Finds the trailer Dutch. Feed. Durston, high drive. And Chiliano got a shoulder on that one. Creighton Reed there to scoop up the loose ball. Back on is the Roughneck offense. Shatler, Catoni, Doby, Berg, and Dixon. Here's Catoni with a shot. And a loose ball picked up by Sulk. He's got Beers wide. Brings in the feed. Here's Matt Beers with a head of steam. Hits the trailer. Sulk fired off the post. And now it's a 2-on-2 back the other way here for the Roughnecks. Mitch Wild up there with Tyson Bell. Wild, feed in front. That one was behind McIntosh, but Bell there to pick it up. And he'll settle things down here for the Riggers with 10:15 to go in a quick moving first quarter. 1-0 Roughnecks. Shot 6-3 Calgary. Tyler Digby across the top. Feed to Lowen. Bobbled the pass. It's loose. Hard collision along the boards as Hawkesby cleaned up Lowen, and Vancouver gets the ball back.
Great loose ball by Ian Hawkesby. He came into this game with 88. He's got 90 now, but he just knocks his man out of the way and gets the loose. He's double whammy there.
So you teach him right there, shoulder to shoulder. There's Dutchie. Low feed for Ray. Loads, shoots, scores! James Ray gets the stuff on the board. It's 1-1.
Loves scoring goals in his home barn. 6th of the season for the rookie James Ray as he returns to the lineup after being healthy for a couple weeks, and he's on the board back at home. The Langley native ties this up at 1.
That'll feel good for the rookie who hasn't played the last few games here for Jamie Bally. And just a low skipper past the glove hand side of Chiliano to tie things up with 9:46 to go. Snyder on top of this one and flips it back into his own zone again. Chiliano out of his crease. Plays it across the floor, and now Carnegie will try and run it. Bounces through to McRae. He'll come right up through the middle. Goes to Tyson Bell, and Calgary will get set up on offense. Wes Berg far side. Justin Salt watching him. Berg waiting for the line change to finish up. Here's Wesley Berg. High for Katoni. Slides low, feet across. Dixon took his eye off it. Hawkesby right on him. 3 on the shot clock. Dixon trying to create. There's that step back shot again. And this one goes wide. That will take us to break. Nicely underway here for the Langley Event Center on a Saturday night in the National Lacrosse League. 1-1. Stealth and Roughnecks on Associated Labels and Packaging, Vancouver Stealth Lacrosse.
The Competitive Edge sales event is in
In part by Sports Interaction, Canada's home for worldwide sports betting. Bet responsibly at sportsinteraction.com. Disclaimer, only residents of Canada may open an account with Sports Interaction. The service is not available to users outside of Canada.
Digby on the take, scores! Now back over to Dane Smith with a shot. Hit the goal post inside, he scores!
Afraid you might miss out on the big stories from your favorite team? Well, not to fear, the NLL newsletter is here. All you have to do is subscribe to the new NLL newsletter, and you'll get weekly updates from everything that is happening around the league. What are you waiting for? Subscribe today.
$14.10. Jake Elliott, Brad Sean are with you on NLL TV as well. Good crowd on hand here for Lacrosse on the Move night. Minor kids into the building with their jerseys for free, and nice start to this opening quarter. 1-1 between the Stealth and the Roughnecks.
Set play to come out of the gate here for the Vancouver Stealth. No Jim Milligan behind the bench, their offensive coach tonight, so Jimmy Batley drawing things up.
There's Schuss, spins away from a check. Across the top, left his stick dangling out, and here comes a breakaway for the Roughnecks. It's Carnegie in all alone from center. One-on-one with Belanger, and he stopped him with the stick save, and then gets the whistle from the official as the ball tied up in his gear.
Logan just got attacked by Mike Carnegie.
Logan usually doesn't dangle that stick out there. I think he thought he had his defender beat. And it was chopped free from behind, and then it was a foot race from center. There's Dutch down low, trying to dart inside. Feeds high to McCready. Across the floor it goes Corey Small, working with Messenger. Small on the run and a high shot. Chiliano dropping down early, still got a shoulder on it. And that's the advantage of being as big as Chiliano is. There's Small again with a low shot this time, and Chiliano another save. And Chiliano usually one of those goaltenders, Brad, that gets off to good starts, but you can sometimes wear him down as the game goes along.
Yeah, and you can get him off his game a little bit too. You crash the crease a little bit, get in tight, start chirping, and Frankie's a fiery guy who can retaliate and jaw back at you.
7-6 your shots on goal. Roughnecks were tied up at 1. Schattler out high for Westberg. Dixon trying to open himself up. Does now outside the restraining line. Got a hard pick there from Digby. Goes to Schattler on the run. Tucks it away. Spins. Schattler high. Dixon loads. Shoots. Kick stop there from Belanger. Ball right back to Dixon and a fresh 30 here for the Roughnecks.
Everybody just looking in the air at that loose ball. Dixon was the only one to track it.
Shovel feed. Berg over the top and he rips it home. Overhand crank. Had his stick down, then came over with it. And Belanger maybe a little deep in his crease as that one finds the net just under the crossbar.
Yeah, that one almost looked like it was going high. Nice little curve on it from Westberg to float that one in. As he's had a strong sophomore season. 32nd goal.
Give Dixon a goal and give Dixon an assist. And Calgary with the 2-1 lead now. Vancouver late to get a body out onto the floor. And this time Toll moved early. It'll be Calgary ball. Snyder will pick it up. Toll will pressure him immediately. And Lowen will accept the pass there from Snyder, who will head for the Roughneck bench. Digby now. Smith will step out on him. Here's Katoni wide for Lowen. 15 on the shot clock. Feet high. Dixon fake the shot. Spins away from Smith. Loads. Shoots. Belanger stops. Toll's got the Lucy. Had it poked out of his stick. Takes a push from behind by Katoni. In comes Smith. He went down. Salt in on Berg. A battle for the loose ball. And I think this is an 8-second count here on Vancouver. As they'll say, Toll had possession. And unable to get the ball out across center.
A smothering forecheck by the Calgary Roughnecks, just not giving the Stealth any space to clear their zone.
Berg with a swim move on Salt, trying to power his way to the crease. High for Digby. Doby now. Sliding low. Doby, look out. Low shot to the short side, and Belanger just got enough of that. And the Roughnecks come up with another loose ball. And Vancouver 9th in the league in loose balls. Calgary 3rd with a game in hand. As they've played an extra one. Schattler, toe drag. Schattler shoots. Easy stop there for Belanger right in the midsection. But then he just threw it away. 2 Stealth players over there, and that's just a miscue from the Stealth goaltender.
I wonder if the jerseys almost confused him on that as he floated it right towards the white back of Jeff Schattler.
Now a penalty call coming up here to Salt. Took down McRae. Here goes Chiliano to the Calgary bench. It's a 6-on-5 Roughnecks. Digby's got it. On comes Dixon. Loads. Skip feed to Schattler. And this one will go into the crease of Belanger. And here's the first penalty of the game. And it'll go to Vancouver. And it'll go to 33, the former Roughneck, John Harnett.
2 minutes for the slash on just sloppy set by the Vancouver Stealth. Not able to get out on that turnover, and they threw it away twice, giving Calgary these extra possessions. And a tired defense is going to clutch, grab, and hack, and now Harnett's sitting down.
So the 5th-ranked power play will go up against the 8th-ranked penalty kill here for Vancouver. Doby set play on Dixon with room, and he bounced it wide. That one will go skyward all the way up into the rafters here at the LEC. They're going to say off the line. I don't know.
Everybody on the floor are confused about that one.
You know, when the Roughnecks start retreating, that's a pretty good indication. Doby, Belanger stopped it. Hawksby will lob over the top here to Beers. Good feed on the run. Beers, little stutter step, gets to the goal, scores! Shorty for Beers, 2-2.
And bumps into Chiliano on the way through the crease, too. We'll see if that will rattle the big man. But Vancouver's only 4th shorthanded goal of the season.
That's the 8th given up by the Roughnecks, who have 10 shorthanded goals themselves this year. 10 shorthanded goals. That's a big goal there for Vancouver. A shorthanded marker from Matt Beers, who has just playing fabulous lacrosse here for Vancouver out of the back end this year.
He really has. What a career year. 1st in the league in caused turnovers, 85 loose balls coming into this one, and that now is 4th goal. Great stat line.
1:20 to go in the man advantage. Hidden ball trick is with Berg. Goes to Doby. And they'll start the motion. Dixon across the top. Feed back to Digby. Lowers in the shoulder. Digby down to Schattler. Back to Digby. Took too long with it. Then gets a shot off. Now Hawksby the loose ball. He'll go backwards with it. Looks up floor. Fires there for Schuss. Brings in the pass ahead to Salt. Justin Salt right on. And Chiliano stopped that one as Salt didn't get a great shot away. And that will take us to our second timeout here in quarter one. 2-2. Roughnecks, Stealth. On Associated Labels and Packaging, Vancouver Stealth Lacrosse.
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Sports Interaction, Canada's home for worldwide sports betting. Bet responsibly at sportsinteraction.com. Disclaimer, only residents of Canada may open an account with Sports Interaction. The service is not available to users out.
He's got Digby on the take, scores!
Now back over to Dane Smith with a shot. Hit the goal post inside, he scores!
Afraid you might miss out on the big stories from your favorite team? Well, not to fear, the NLL newsletter is here. All you have to do is subscribe to the new NLL newsletter, and you'll get weekly updates from everything that is happening around the league. What are you waiting for? Subscribe today.
Vancouver Stealth Lacrosse on TSN 1410 and NLL TV. Jay Kelly, Brad Challoner with you. Fans, don't forget to sign up for the NLL newsletter. Get all the latest NLL news delivered straight to your inbox. Sign up for that NLL newsletter ASAP. 2-2 between the Roughnecks and the Stealth with 4:52 to go. Shots on goal 13-8 in favor of Calgary, still with 50 seconds to work with here on their first man advantage of the game. Dixon at the point, Berg and Toby at the shooters, Schattler and Digby down low. Here's Dixon, fakes it, flips it, Berg loads it, fired it wide. Takes a high bounce into row 2. Section D, seat 14 down there, Brett. There's Justin Salt.
Now you need one good shot clock. And don't give the Calgary Roughnecks much time to head back up the floor. This is when your offensive players are sometimes your best penalty killers.
Justin Salt deliberating on whether to stay out there or not. Now he'll get interchange as they give off to McCready. He's going to take it right to the rack, lost the handle. And it rolls harmlessly into the crease of Chiliano with 10 seconds to go. And the penalty time to Harnett as Creighton Reed will cross center. 3 seconds to go. Give off to Dobie, quickly pressured. Here comes Harnett out of the box. I don't think Dixon realizes it. And that forced an airmail pass into the stick of Hawksby. Nice job there for Harnett to pounce on Dixon. And here's O'Doherty across center. Got Haji wide. Hodgson will get back to Dutch. Loads, shoots, scores! 5-hole on Chiliano, Vancouver in front 3-2.
Mr. 800 powers it through. A couple defenders up the floor, and O'Doherty and Hodgson causing some screens and giving Reese Dutch time and room to bury his 32nd of the year.
Doesn't take much for Dutch.
And that one beats Chiliano low, similar to the James Ray. So 2 low balls that beat Frankie Chiliano.
Face-off violation on Snyder and Calgary. Give the ball to Vancouver and Corey Small. Evan Messenger takes the feed on the half wall. Plays back out high to Schuss, directing a little traffic. Drives wide on Cummings. Messenger high for Small. Feed for Ray. One-on-one here with Reed. Reverse backhand shot right on. And how about the confidence from James Ray throwing that one around the world on a pass into the slot.
Yeah, well, you know Joel McCready's going to be there, so you have to have faith in your other players, and the chemistry starting to develop between these guys.
There's Lowen with some room. Belanger the save and tracks the ball in between his legs. Outlets quickly to Beers. Give off to Reese Dutch. Small, low for Durston, far corner. Durston on the post up now. Got a pick from Small. Here's Durston faking, shooting, and Chiliano stopping. Ball comes popping free into the stick of Tommy Hogarth. Durston so patient, just trying to open up the goaltender with a series of pump fakes.
Yeah, it gives the Stealth a nice chance to get a change here now after they get the reset, get the right personnel out.
Schuss off to Durston. Now Dutch into the middle. Whipping feed. Here's Small with a riser. Chiliano held his form and just kept that one out.
Yeah, he was going to come back short side with that one. And Frank Chiliano goes down to his knees to make that stop. They like the upstairs shelf when Frank Chiliano goes down early.
Well, Small's had about 5 shots, and he's tried to place it in 5 different spots. As Belanger with another 6.
As good shooters should.
2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. On the run is Hodgson. Pressure. Gives back to Ray. Cross to Durston. Up pick there from Messenger. Durston shoots it wide. Hit the official. Ray will run onto it. In behind the goal. 13 on the shot clock. Make it 10 now. Durston, quick pass. This is O'Doherty out there on offense. Running out of time. Just shovels one towards the goal, and that'll do it for that possession. The Georgia Swarm winners earlier today over the Bandits. And Colorado up big, and I mean big, on the Nighthawks in Denver. Here's Tyler Digby. Saskatchewan to New England underway from the SaskTel Center as well. Katoni spins on McFedridge, feet across. Digby on the corkscrew, scores. Took in a high feed and just let that one fall into the short side of the goal. We're tied up at 3.
Yeah, that's what Tyler Digby does when he's at his best. Hard cut through the middle, not a lot of bodies going to be able to bump Tyler Digby off his trajectory as he comes crashing through. Did a lot of that here in his 2 seasons with the Stealth. And a nice feed from Katoni on the look.
Vancouver just having a quick look at the feed of Digby on the replay. Looked good to me, and no challenge coming from Jamie Ballard. Minute 15 to go in this first quarter of 4. And even face-off here. Toe got a stick stuck in the turf. Manages to pry the ball free back for Hawksby. Ducks away from one Roughneck and gets across center. Schuss, a quick feed to McCready. On comes the Stealth offense in a 3-3 tie now into the final minute here. Dutch with a little bit of room, looking to pass, whips one across the crease. Schuss, high for Ray. Now Dutch one more time. Here's Logan Schuss on the spin. Double team, just throws the ball up in the air. McCready comes down with it. 3 on the shot clock. Inside he comes. And Chiliano down on top of that one. With 39 seconds to go in the quarter, Vancouver should get last possession here with a stop on D.
A couple nice opportunities there. The South not afraid to get inside right now, and that usually turns into good results.
Dixon with Harnett watching him. And that'll be a fun matchup to watch here tonight. Dixon pulls high with 10 on the shot clock. Now starts to slide down the boards. 1-on-1 with Hawksby. Here comes the triple team. Ball comes free. Does Vancouver want timeout? They want to go on the fly here. Batley waving everybody ahead. 5 seconds to go. Hard feet up. Here's Schuss. He'll crank. Chiliano will stop with 1 second to go. And that will do it for quarter number 1.
Yeah, not what the Stealth wanted there. Batley wanted the guys up the floor a lot faster and actually have a chance to set up. The defense taking their time up at the floor, and one late shot by Logan Schuss, not enough.
Well, about what we expected here tonight in this opening quarter. Shot 16-15 Calgary. We're deadlocked at 3 after 15 minutes of play. We'll be back with more National Lacrosse League action on Associated Labels and Packaging. Vancouver Stealth Lacrosse after this.
Hey there, I'm more.
Pro lacrosse teams are now fielded in Philadelphia, Boston, New York, Maryland, Montreal, and Quebec.
Yesterday there was friendly competition and not so friendly competition. We knew our true colors weren't just worn on our backs, they were painted on our faces and hoisted as high in the air as we could possibly carry them. Whatever it took to claim our turf. Yesterday we left it all out there. Blood, sweat, tears. You name it, we left it. We kept ourselves focused and we kept each other in check. And the only thing we took were epic shots. Yesterday, we saw more twists and turns in 8 seconds than most people saw in an entire season. We lost the ball, lost our minds. We lost count countless times in every game. If you could see the ball, that was a slow day. Yesterday, physics didn't apply to us. Gravity wasn't welcome in our box. Armed with just a stick and a ball, we took flight. Yesterday, we were the best we could be. Today is our day.
TSN 1410.
Minutes down, 45 to go. Jake Elliott, Brad Schellner with you here on TSN 1410 and NLLTV.com. And speaking of NLLTV.com, make sure you subscribe today. Get all the news, highlights, archives, live games. They got it all at NLLTV.com. Sign up today. 3-3 after your first quarter of action as the two teams will flip around here for quarter two.
I think both teams have to be pretty happy with that first quarter performance. Calgary didn't surrender any goals in the first quarter last week to Buffalo, with being this one still tied. Nothing going after 15 minutes. It's a good sign for both sides.
So Vancouver now going left to right across your radio dial and monitor here as Calgary. Let's play some lacrosse. I missed that in the first quarter. Dobie off the bench quickly. And Calgary will get first possession here on offense in quarter number 2. Tyler Digby, former Vancouver Scout. Robert Morris University. Aaron Pass ends up in the stick of Justin Salt. And Justin Salt will stick it in second gear and smoothly saunter across center. Give off to Corey Small. 3 lefts and 2 rights out here for this shift. Here's Schuss around a screen. Looked like he had a step. Goes to Dutch. Drive low. Dutch a bouncer. And that one goes off of Chiliano and out of play. It's Vancouver ball. Chiliano doesn't like it. But a new 30 here for Vancouver. Messenger. All sorts of friends and family in the house tonight. McCready with a head of steam off the boards. Back to Schuss. Tucks away. Feet high, McCready from well out. And that one hit the stick of Carnegie. As Logan Schuss's Ohio State Buckeyes, winners over Michigan earlier tonight. The big rivalry game, the Big House.
You're not supposed to say their names.
I know, I didn't go there, so I'm allowed to. Big fan of the Bucks, though. There's Dixon, 10 on the shot clock. Dixon, a little show pony kick inside, drop feed there from Katoni. 5 on the shot clock. Look out for the dunk now. Dixon comes back around, gets a shot off, and forced Belanger to make a save. And a reset on the 30 here for the Roughnecks.
That's smart play by Dixon. Wanted to get that bouncer. Belanger hugging the post, not giving him much, but you throw that off the leg pads and it could bounce into the corner.
Katoni back to Dixon. Hawksby gets a stick into him. Still Dixon. Messenger got a cross check into him. Dixon shoots and scores. A bouncer 5-hole. Opened up Belanger. In it goes. It's 4-3 Calgary.
As soon as that play was blown in, I don't think the ball left Curtis Dixon's stick. He just kind of did a couple circles, waited for that right spot, that right shot that he wanted to take. And boom, second of the night, 48th of the season.
Just a pick and roll there from Berg. And you had Messenger back out on there on defense. And
yeah, so no one's on his hands, no one's cross-checking. It's just all day long.
The second quarter, long change for the lefties to get back to the bench. And they'll have to be aware of that. Face-off win for Toll. McFedrich bounces into the middle for Salt. He'll find a man and Ray off the bench. Look out for behind. Bounces into the stick of Dutch. Surrounded and gets the pass off to Durston.
A lot of guys sneaking up on each other, not hearing footsteps tonight.
There's Dutch. Just small. Feed into the corner, Schuss. Loads, shoots. Chiliano down, makes the save, and the ball underneath him. Schuss just needs one to find the back of the goal. And you just feel like the floodgates are going to open for him. 3 games without a goal, though, for Logan Schuss.
Yeah, blanked in 5 of his last 7, I believe.
There's Doby with a low shot. That one blocked. Smith all over Doby with 12 on the shot clock. Katoni now. And Salt got a stick up high. Katoni still gets the shot off. And we'll get a penalty here on Vancouver, I believe, for a high stick on Justin Salt. Kind of got into him as Katoni lost his balance a little bit. And the stick just rode up the shoulder. So Vancouver back to work on the penalty kill.
Not a game you want to play with the Calgary Roughnecks. They surrendered a shorty earlier, but now with a 1-goal lead, head back to the power play.
Same 5-man unit out there, but this time Berg at the point here for the Roughnecks. We got Beers, Harnett, O'Doherty, and Hawksby, your short man unit. So Harnett thrust right in to the penalty kill here for Vancouver. Hawksby from behind his own goal. A bouncer for Beers. He'll get across center. Berg waits for him there, gives him a wrap. Still Beers hanging on. Shakes off one check, shakes off another, and will shovel back to Schuss now. Double team coming at Logan Schuss. Slides down the corner and got a late shot off, well, an early shot off, I should say, and almost caught Chiliano napping. And you just feel like that's the kind of one that's going to go in for Schuss. There he is again. Got Messenger low, says get in the middle. Feeds high to McCready, still 10 on the shot clock here. Spins back, plays a bouncer to Dutch, and now Messenger. Waits for a pick, gets one from Schuss. Tried to shovel back to him and shoveled it right back across center. It'll be Calgary ball. 49 seconds to go in the penalty time to Salt. Vancouver gets the box set up. Calgary gets the horseshoe set up. Here's Dixon around the screen. Feeds to Doby. Steps in. Fired low. Belanger the save. Harnett breaking away. Feed through the middle to Hodgson. Taking slashes there from Schattler. Finally knocked the ball free. It's in feet. Hodgson dives after Schattler. Got it right back. And he'll run to open space. Schattler with a good forecheck there on Hodgson, and another chance on the man advantage here for the Roughnecks.
Now the goals have tapered off a little bit for Jeff Schattler this season, but he's still one of the best in the world when it comes to what he just did there.
Dixon with room, feed to the corner. Schattler didn't pull the trigger. Dixon again shoots. Belanger stopped. Takes a high bounce off the glass into the stick of Berg. Out of the box comes Salt. So back to 5-on-5. Dixon loads, and that one blocked. Salt trying to come up with it. Dixon as well. And now picked up. Here comes Hodgson on the run, waiting for a man off the bench. Vancouver a little slow to change. Small wants it, gets it. Corey Small with a shot. And again, looking low on Chiliano, who made the save. We will go to break. 9:56 to go, second quarter. Roughnecks lead at 4-3. This is Associated Labels and Packaging, Vancouver Stealth Lacrosse on TSN 1410.
And fans, don't forget
We got a long way to go.
Exactly. Yeah, been dead tight. Shots are almost dead even, 1 goal apiece. It's just some costly mistakes have cost either one of these two teams. The goaltenders have stood up tall pretty quick here too.
Dixon trying to run it out past Justin Salt. Is back underway we go. They'll get across center, and he's got Katoni in the middle of the floor. They'll go wide for Lowen. O'Doherty trying to close him off. There's the switch on Hodgson. Shovel feed off to Digby. Tough pass to handle. Dixon will battle it along the corner boards. Gets away from Hawksby. And then pass knocked down right back into the stick of Dixon. Here comes the double team on the step back. And that one goes out of play off Belanger. Another reset for Calgary as Curtis Dixon can just create his own shot at will.
He's just never out of it. There's 1 second left in that shot, and your defense thinks they got that double, just smothering him, and he still gets it off.
Dobie will go to work on Beers now. There's the switch from O'Doherty. Katoni got into the back of him. Holding Katoni with a shot. Belanger stopped that one. Got a man way up the floor here, and Salt puts it right on a line into his pocket. They'll give off to Durston. Logan Schuss with it, 18 on the shot clock. Schuss flips high for Small. Tuck, roll, load, pass off. Dutch, he'll get to the front of the goal, and Chiliano kicked that one away. And we'll get a push here on the Roughnecks. It'll be Vancouver ball. As Dutch, usually money in the bank from that area, but Chiliano kicked it aside. Just to Durston. Back to Small. Shoots high and just wide. And they'll say that went off of Chiliano, actually. Belanger taking his time here. I don't know why they didn't give him the reset if it went off Chiliano. But they don't. Here's McCready with 8. Just powers his way right in. Gonna draw a call here. As he went right into a double team, and a holding call coming here against Calgary.
Yeah, I think there was some confusion on the play. Gordonio was saying that it was off Chiliano, but they never got the reset on the clock. But nonetheless, the rookie Cummings is going to sit down, and the Stealth will get their first power play of the night.
And trailing 4-3. Chance to tie up here on the man advantage as Chad Cummings will take a seat in the penalty box.
So without Conway in the lineup, they got James Ray on the crease with Dutch and 3 lefties.
Schuss at the point. He'll fake it, flip it, Small. Feet across Dutch, up top, Schuss. Shoots and scores! Finally for Logan Schuss. He ties the game. And I'm not sure why he wants that ball, but he does.
I think he wants to burn it and throw it away. Actually, no, that's the keeper, but it's the other balls he's been touching the last few weeks that he wants to get rid of. He's happy.
Yeah, I can't figure out why. Maybe he just wants to stare at that thing for a while.
It's been 3 games for Logan Schuss without a goal, the longest slump of his career. Scoreless in 4 of his last 6. We don't mean to rub it in, Logan Schuss, but that one must feel extra special.
Well, Doherty's got a loose ball trying to hang on to it. Now he's down on the turf, as that one just took 12 seconds on the power play to cash in. Here comes Tyson Bell. Fake the shovel feed to McIntosh, and now he'll pull wide.
It's not like Schuss hasn't been shooting. He's still 5th in the league in shots, over 150 on net.
A bunch of posts in there, and a couple of toe saves. Just had a hard time buying one. Here's Digby with a head of steam. Feet across, Dobie. Won't shoot it. O'Doherty lays a stick on him. Still Dobie. Bouncer. Belanger stops. Got Salt on the outlet. And McFedrich has run it ahead. 7:25 to go here in this second quarter. 4-4 between Vancouver and Calgary.
No significant runs. Everybody's got an answer for everything so far tonight. It's been a good one.
Dutch to Schuss. Messenger. Feet back across. Reese Dutch. Dirt's low. Looks high. Got Messenger there. Feed out to Schuss with room. Load. Shoots, and he put it over top of the goal. Schuss at the buzzer as the 30 expired. As Logan Schuss had all sorts of room up high on that net and just missed.
And a big, juicy rebound. The Roughnecks are able to gobble it up on the Lucy.
Just take a little something off of that and find the target, and you got yourself a goal there. Westberg with 13 on the shot clock. Got a pick there from Dixon. And then lost the handle. He'll recover out high with 8. Feeds wide to Dixon. Beers on him. Dixon, step back, shoots and scores. My goodness. post and in short side for Dixon. Roughnecks back in front, 5-4.
He's a master. That's the best in the world doing his thing. 49th goal of the season, and the Roughnecks take the lead back 5-4. It's just one of your favorite players to watch right now. He's a master at work, is all you can say.
They can't play better defense than Matt Beers did right there, and maybe a situation where you got a right-handed defender on a right-handed player and just didn't have the stick in the lane there. But man, I mean, that's...
Yeah, you're cross-checking him, you're keeping him to the outside.
That's a post and in, too, hip hop. Not much chance. Sometimes you just got to tip your cap. 5-4 Roughnecks, just over 6 to go here, second quarter. Tyler Digby back out there. Feed wide. Shatler on the toe drag. Working with 3 lefts out there. Shatler high for Digby now. Loading. Tucking, floating. Dixon faking, scoring. I'm running out of adjectives to describe Curtis Dixon right now.
It won't get much prettier to be goal number 50 on the season. Welcome to the 50-goal club, Curtis Dixon, as he's putting on a display here tonight inside the Langley Event Center.
Digby with a high feed as Dixon came out from the other side of the goal. And that's crossed over, shovel feed, far post and in on the run. It's ridiculous.
It's fun to watch.
Face-off win for the Roughnecks. Out by 2 now, 6-4. And another possession here for Calgary. Shatler. Berg, 15 on the shot clock as Dixon got blown up trying to set a pick. Berg fires. And that one went wide. It'll bounce out high near the Roughneck bench. Shatler runs it down with 6 on the shot clock. Trying to get Dixon on a backdoor cut. 2 on the clock now. Dixon from behind the goal. And tried to slam dunk it, and that one stays out.
Superman's feeling it. I'm almost in the building tonight.
I'm almost surprised when it stays out now. Vancouver with the possession here. Trying to get back within 1. Jordan Durston to Corey Small. Feed across to James Ray, now down low for Dutch. 10 on the shot clock. Dutch, quick pass. Quick shot. Chiliano stopped it. Dutch will snag the loose ball. Feed, here's Small inside, and a diving shot to stop again. Durston faking. And then Carnegie got a stick into him, and now a battle for the loose ball. Oh, the toe drag from Durston, and a stop from Chiliano now. Roughnecks away. Numbers here for Calgary. Feed, Toby shoots, Belanger stops. He'll outlet quickly. Reverse transition here for Vancouver. On comes McCready. And the Roughnecks are back on D as they'll slow things down with 4:20 to go. Dutch with some room to load. He'll fire! And Chiliano a stick save, and he'll hang on to the rebound, and we will go to timeout. 4:14 to go, second quarter. Calgary leads at 6-4. You got it. On Vancouver Stoke Lacrosse, presented by Associated Labels and Packaging.
Tyson, I don't know about you, but even though 2017 isn't over, I'm already excited.
If you're a player looking for a lightweight head that delivers power and control, string up the Under Armour Command Low.
I found it funny. No one went and got that 50th goal ball because he just does it so often. I don't think Dixon cares. The team cares. Yeah, he's got 50 goals, but he did it last year. He's probably going to do it again next year, whatever.
Back underway with Dean Toby out high for Digby. Took his eye off it. Ball loose. Digby trying to corral it. Salt right on him. Now it's picked off. Here goes Justin Salt. Knocks it down. Brings it in. Shoots and scores. Number 10 for Justin Salt. Number 5 for Vancouver.
Nice handle by Salt. He bobbled it. He fumbled it. And then he brought it back in. And is able to bounce it 5-hole on Chiliano on the breakaway. Tying his career high with 10.
Nice little lobber there, and Salt did well just to get a piece of it to knock it down. Picked it up on the run one-handed and then pumped it 5-hole. And what a year Justin Salt has had.
Yeah, a great stat line by Justin Salt. Third in caused turnovers. One of the highest scoring defensemen in the National Lacrosse League right now.
Hogarth had a loose ball and then dropped it. Harnett right on Manning at center. Now we got a penalty call coming. I think Harnett's going to take another here. Chiliano to the Roughneck bench, extra attacker on for the Riggers.
Yeah, the hand kind of slid up the shoulder on Manning. Harnett doesn't like it. I don't blame him.
Doby backs away, feed low, Schattler. 3 on the shot clock. Digby corkscrewed it wide, and that'll do it for the shot clock. But here comes the penalty call to Vancouver. And Harnett will take his second minor of the game here. And, you know, Johnny's extra fired up here tonight to play against his former club. And I don't think that was a case of over-exuberance there. I think that one's just a little unlucky.
Yeah, we talked about controlled aggression. We also talked about Rory Smith always had referees' eyes on his back when he played here in Vancouver. And John Harnett's one of those guys, too. He's not going to get a lot of favors from referees, and that's why he's locked up.
3 minutes to play here in this first half. Roughnecks back on the man advantage. Vancouver yet to get one. Here's Bird shooting. That one deflected. Here goes Salt again. Lobbert trying to bring it in. Does. Salt. Stop from Chiliano. Tried to go to the well one more time.
Yeah, so good at bringing in those bouncing balls, though. Again, great opportunity.
Beers will get to the bench. Here comes Dixon. Backhand feed. Digby low. Feed across Schattler. And he dropped it as Hawksby goes into the corner. Digs it out. Rolls it across the turf to Salt to scoop up. So a quick possession there on the Roughnecks. And the best chance on this man advantage has come from Vancouver so far. Dutch waiting for bodies to get on. He'll just walk it high here on McRae. Now he'll drive it low. Still Dutch. Took a hard cross check there from McIntosh. Then took one up high from McIntosh. Dutch goes down, and this might be a 5er here on Garrett McIntosh, right into the grill of Dutch. We'll see what the official wants to call. Either way, we're going to play some 4-on-4.
Yeah, 2 big blows by McIntosh on Dutch on that shift. He's playing him.
It is a 5-minute.
This could be a turning point right here. 2:10 to go in the first half. Stealth down by 1.
So they'll play 4-on-4 for a minute, and then Vancouver will have a 4-minute man advantage.
Yeah, I think that is an initial shot to the chest, and the hands come up a little bit. Calgary's been so disciplined over this 3-game winning streak.
Schuss and Small, McCready and Dutch. Logan Schuss for Dutch. McCready running picks for him. Dutch out wide. Here's the high post for McCready. Now he'll swing it through McCready. Wide for Smalls. They'll let Schuss set a pick for Small. Working the 2-man game. Flip. Good rotation on defense there from Calgary. Ball's loose. Dutch can't scoop it. Bell's got it. He took a high hit. Feet ahead to McRae. It got past him. Belanger will venture out here. But Hawksby will be the first man back to collect that one. 20 seconds to go in the penalty time to Harnett. Messenger will come on for a shift here with Durston. Durston into the middle. Fakes it. Loads it. Feeds it high for Schuss as they go with 3 lefts and 1 right. Here's McCready into the middle. Got a step. Got double teamed. Lost the ball. And Vancouver's got to get to the bench here and get the change in.
I wonder if it was for just that reason, to give McCready that one-on-one matchup and let him drive hard.
Well, usually he'll hang on to that one, but not that time as Beers just lit up Dixon with a hammer. just timed it perfectly and sent Dixon to the turf with authority.
Did he set a tone for his team or just poke a bear for the Calgary Roughnecks?
Well, he's already a bear so far, so might as well try. Berg shoots. Belanger saves. Loose ball up for grabs. It'll be Bears to run onto it. 2 stealth to the bench. They got 3-on-2 here if they work it. But they want to set up the man advantage instead.
Bears has just been throwing his weight around the last 3 weeks. The Bearns hit in this barn. The Jeremy Thompson hit in Saskatchewan. And now he levels the only 50 goal scorer in the NLL.
Here we go. Shot clock, game clock just about even. Schuss with it. Load in, shooting. That one blocked. Dutch with it. 6 on the clock. And now Vancouver will call timeout here with 5 seconds to go on the shot clock. 6 seconds to go on the game clock. They do have the man advantage, so I doubt they'll pull Belanger to go 6-on-4. But they'll try and draw something up. 5 seconds enough time to draw something up here late. As you get the replay of the Bears hit on Dixon, and he can't do it any better. I mean, that is not leaving your feet right into his shoulder.
Not a charge. It's not high. It's super clean.
Perfect hit. And, you know, that's usually an indication when the guy that gets hit pops right back up that it was a clean hit.
Yeah, the Calgary bench, after the replay just showed up, Calgary bench isn't up in arms about it. They're just kind of swallowing it, and it is what it is. But, man, does this barn love hits like that.
Why wouldn't you? All right, so Belanger at the stealth bench right now. And they do, in fact, have 6 attackers out there. So expect a shot to come at the buzzer as the ball will start in the stick of James Ray.
.8 differential, though, where Calgary can look up floor.
There's Ray in behind it. Durston feeds. Here's Corey Small. Chiliano stopped it, and he's got 1.5 to go for it here. And he'll run out of time as he put it wide. Half-time here at the Langley Events Center. Good one cooking. 6-5 Calgary. After 30 minutes of play, Vancouver will start the second half with a lengthy man advantage. Shots on goal, 32-29. Halftime show comes up on TSN 1410. We'll take you to break on NLL TV. This is Associated Labels and Packaging, Vancouver Stealth Lacrosse.
Eagle Ridge. Pro lacrosse teams are now fielded in Philadelphia, Boston, New York, Maryland, Montreal, and Quebec.
Yesterday there was friendly competition and not so friendly competition. We knew our true colors weren't just worn on our backs, they were painted on our faces and hoisted as high in the air as we could possibly carry them. Whatever it took to claim our turf. Yesterday we left it all out there. Blood, sweat, tears, you name it, we left it. We kept ourselves focused and we kept each other in check, and the only thing we took were epic shots. Yesterday we saw more twists and turns in 8 seconds than most people saw in an entire season. We lost the ball, lost our minds, we lost countless times in every game. If you could see the ball, that was a slow day. Yesterday physics didn't apply to us. Gravity wasn't welcome in our box. Armed with just a stick and a ball, we took flight. Yesterday we were the best we could be. Today is our day.
Welcome lacrosse fans, Tyson Geik of NLL Productions here with you right now, and I'm joined by Shay Hewen, CEO and founder of the U-Hawk Camera. We have some exciting news for you today. The NLL has officially partnered with the U-Hawk Camera, the new official action camera of the National Lacrosse League. Shay, an exciting moment, for both parties here.
Yeah, it's an incredible day. It's a big step and a big moment in the history of sports, and for the National Lacrosse League to be the first league to step up and bring actual player point of view, video footage to fans at home in the actual real raw competition in the season. It's a monumental day, and we're very excited to be the official camera provider to be a part of that.
It's a bird. It's a plane. It's your Calgary Roughnecks as they return for their last regular season home game on Saturday, April 29th at 7 p.m. for our superhero party, presented by Pete the Plumber. They need your help to defend the roughhouse from the villainous Saskatchewan Rush. So dress as your favorite superhero for your chance to win great prizes throughout the game. You don't want to miss this high-flying, hard-hitting lacrosse action. Get your tickets today at CalgaryRoughnecks.com. Calgary Roughnecks. Come to the party. Stay for the game.
The Vancouver Stealth have certainly experienced their fair share of ups and downs throughout the 2017 season. First, the team kicks off their year with a pair of wins, and then they drop 4 straight. And while this team has been in search of consistency all year long, there have been 2 players in particular that have been shining bright throughout, and each is experiencing a career year. Corey Small is playing some of the best lacrosse of his career this season. With 4 games left in the regular season, Small has tied his career high in goals with 37 and leads the NLL in points with 89. He has been a cornerstone on a Stealth power play and is a consistent contributor, never having put up less than 4 points at any point in 2017.
Well, I think we've given him the role of quarterback on our power play, and offensively, he's a natural shooter, and we've just been giving him opportunities to get in nice shooting spots, and I think he's buried them.
Our coaches have given me opportunity to play top of the power play, so right away that gives you more opportunity to shoot the ball and get assists. So I think that's probably helped a lot in my production, is just kind of having that chance to set up the power play and just get you a lot better looks on the floor as well.
When you hear about the successful teams in NLL history, chemistry is a word that comes up often. Now in his 3rd season with the Stealth, Small has certainly found himself a partner in crime who's helped him to flourish as a scorer.
I think a lot of it with Corey has to do with his chemistry with Reese Dutch. They're best friends off the floor, and they're best friends on the floor as well, and they have a chemistry like not too many others in the league.
He's always been a guy that's worked really hard. He's a special kind of player. I think it was just a matter of getting into a situation, into an offense that's going to showcase everything that he can do, and you know, we're doing that, right? He's our go-to guy, or one of our go-to guys, and the ball's going to stick a lot as it should be, and we're having success there.
You know, if you can bring those core group of guys,
spot in our team, and then, you know, waited for his opportunity. When he got the opportunity, he came in and played well, and you know, he works hard. He scouts other teams very well. You know, he's kind of a blocking goalie that doesn't make a lot of movement.
Belanger is making a serious case for goaltender of the year this season. His .790 save percentage has him tied for 1st in the NLL. The goaltender has allowed the team in front of him to play a more sound game, both on defense and offense.
It takes a little bit longer to kind of come into your own as a goaltender, and Ty is right around that age where it's time for him to kind of step up, and he bided his time in Colorado and in New England, and when he came here to Vancouver, he was behind Tyler Richards, and once he got his opportunity, he made the most of it, and he's on most nights giving Vancouver a chance to win the game, and that's really all you can ask out of your goaltender. And I would go as far as to say he's probably stolen a couple of games, you know, making 60+ saves on a couple of nights.
you know, he's just consistent. He's steady. He's not one of those goalies that gives up bad goals. You're going to have to pick a corner to beat him on most nights. So, you know, that's all you can ask for in your goaltending, is just somebody that you know, you can trust to make that big save where we need it, and then, you know, just to be consistent night in, night out.
The Stealth, who will be looking to make their first playoff appearance since moving to Vancouver, currently hold the last playoff spot in the West Division, but have the Roughnecks close behind. Both Small and Belanger will be key factors down the stretch as this team looks to the postseason. For NLL Productions, I'm Tyson Geik. Time now for my box bosses, and with 3 games going on this weekend, it was pretty easy to pick my top 3. One player from each team, of course, and I'm going to start with last week's unstrung hero, Mark Matthews from the Saskatchewan Rush. Matthews got creative in this game, was a ton of fun to watch. One of his shots just caught Richards by surprise. Chokes up on the stick, getting the shot off quickly. It was one of his 3 goals on the night, and he'd add 4 assists for 7 points against the Stealth. And I move on to number 2 from the Calgary Roughnecks, Curtis Dixon. When Dixon's going, the Roughnecks are usually going. 4 goals, 6 assists for 10 points in week 15, 1 shorthanded, 1 on the power play. This guy's deadly and in the hunt for the scoring title. He's helped the Roughnecks to 3 straight wins. And at number 1, couldn't make any mistake with this one. Randy Stotts from the Georgia Swarm. 5 goals, 6 assists, 11 loose balls. He opened the scoring in every single quarter of the game. Twice even strength, once on the power play, once shorthanded, 2 goals in the first 2 minutes of the game. So he was a huge part of that Georgia Swarm start.
Practicing for his bobblehead. I don't think he gets it.
Okay, I think I got it.
Here we go, fellas. Here we go. Here we go.
So double down, double up.
Come on now. Want a little heat? Yeah. Here we go. On 3. Boom. Drop it.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of the NLL Social Circle, where we take a look at some of the big stories happening around the league on social media this week. And it all starts off with a surprise from the NLL. If you're one of our subscribers to our newsletter, you probably already know what it is. If not, well, what are you waiting for? Later this weekend, we will have the big announcement for you. You are going to want to make sure you subscribe before next week's action gets underway. Well, the NLL production studio got a visit from the Easter Bunny this week, or should I say Toronto Rock goaltender Nick Rose, and we decided to put him to the ultimate challenge in the first ever Easter accuracy test. Let's take a look at the video. To check out the full video, make sure to head on over to NLLTV.com. Well, the Rochester Nighthawks were out in the community this week handing out equipment and giving practice to some East High schools to bring varsity lacrosse to the schools.
Well, I know I'm sure hungry, and I hope you brought your appetite out to the Georgia Swarm game this week, because the first 1,000 fans get a free hot dog, and you can also get a free popcorn at the game. That sounds like a delicious meal to me. If you want to go and check out the game between the Vancouver Stealth and the Calgary Roughnecks this week, well, minor lacrosse players wearing their jersey actually get in free, so make sure you got your gear on. That's all that is happening this week on the NLL Social Circle. Fans, if you want a chance to be featured here, make sure you're tagging the NLL in all of your social media posts. For NLL Productions, I'm Mia Gordon.
Airmail Shatler. Now a race for the loose ball is won by Matt Beers, who absolutely clobbered Curtis Dixon late in that first half.
And we'll see how the Roughnecks respond to a momentum, what could be a momentum shifting bump like that. But if Bob Snyder's going to keep throwing those 50-50 balls back there, the Stealth need to be better grabbing those. Roughnecks have won them every time.
2 minutes and 10 seconds to work with here in the major. Small backdoor off the crossbar, and they'll say crease violation on Vancouver.
That's the look the Stealth need to do at their best, though. Get Frankie Chiliano spreading across the crease.
Small and Dutch always looking for each other.
This game, coincidentally enough, the two best cross-crease combos in the National Lacrosse League. Dixon Doby and Small and Dutch.
Trying to shut off Dixon here. Shatler working by himself, finds Digby. Arnett right on Dixon, 10 on the shot clock. Shatler will go to work here, feet across Digby, floats one, and somehow Digby gets it to go shorthanded. Their 11th of the season. Tyler Digby found the short side pass Belanger from a bad angle, and it's 7-5 Calgary.
Yes, sidearm, low to high. That is a really tough angle to make for a shooter. And Belanger's been guilty of a couple of those late shot clock, sort of innocent looking lobs from the corner. That one not so innocent, but not your traditional.
Might have slipped it in the 7-hole there through the elbow. So each team with a shorthanded goal now. And Snyder with a face-off win. So Calgary gets another possession here in just a minute and a half to work with left on the major here, but Calgary will choose some more of that time off.
Dixon leads the league in shorthanded goals. He leads the league in every kind of goal.
So maybe power play. I think Robert Church has the lead in that category. As Digby way out high. Won't force the issue this time, just rolls it in the corner. And Vancouver will have just over a minute on the man advantage where they can score at least two. Schuss, Dutch, Small, Durston, Ray. Schuss down will work in below the goal line here. Ray will feed him. Schuss will circle high, double screen. Schuss shoots. Where is it? Chiliano down on top of it as it rolled wide. Set play there for Schuss. Chiliano equal. And Calgary gets the ball back here and can chew a lot of this time remaining left. Dobie and Katoni. Hawksby fell down. Katoni feeds to Berg. One-on-one here with Silk. Going to get to the front, and he scores. What a goal from Wes Berg to make it 8-5 Calgary, their second shorthanded goal.
You know, they left. Chris O'Doherty was watching Dixon like a shadow. That was basically a couple Calgary players low, two Calgary players up high, just working a 3-on-2 essentially. Calgary short. And Wes Berg just dangles underneath the salt and crashes in.
Valley thinking about the challenge. Will put the red flag back in the pocket, as that's a good goal from Wesley Berg out of Coquitlam, British Columbia.
Second of the game.
So that's a back-in violation on Calgary as Snyder went back to Chiliano, who couldn't get out of the crease in time. So 14 seconds left to work with here on the man advantage. Vancouver's got to get to work quickly. And they also have to be wary of McIntosh in the penalty box. Yeah, it looks like they're not going to go to goal here. They'll wait for McIntosh to get out and then advance to the net. Here he comes. Schuss wide for Small, down low. Durston looks into the middle. High for Schuss, faked it. Backing away, rolls, stick in his right hand, flip over his head to Small, loading, shooting, hit a body in front of Cummings, who soaked that one in the leg. And a lob over the top. Belanger will come out of his crease, play this one. And he's got a man across the floor in Matt Beers. They'll flip it high for Smith. He'll have to take it off the boards. And Vancouver will get possession, but they come up empty on that 5-minute major to McIntosh and give up two shorthanded goals as Messenger tested Chiliano on a quick stick, who got across his crease in quick fashion. Here's Creighton Reed holding. No shot available for him, so he'll go back to Digby and head for the bench.
I mentioned at the end of the first that this could be a game-changing 5-minute major, but I didn't think it would be because Calgary would score so many shorties.
Backdoor feed for Dobie, out high Dixon. Quick take there for Shatler. He'll shoot it, goes wide, bounces over the head of everybody. This is a shot clock violation on the Roughnecks. And it's Vancouver ball here with 11 minutes to go in this third quarter, now down by 3. Carnegie all over Schuss. They'll lob it back here for Small. Feed wide to McCready. Here's James Ray, quick swing, Schuss loads, shoots, that one deflected. And it goes off a body, a Calgary body. It'll be Vancouver ball as Schuss took a little bit too much time to let that one fly. 3-goal lead here. Vancouver needs to answer. Schuss around the screen, tucks inside, feed off to Small, shoots and fired it wide off the boards. McCready does well to keep it on the right side of the center line. Still time on the shot clock, 15. Make it 13 now for Small out of the corner. Swim move. Almost got taken down by McCray. Still Small to Schuss. Over the top, scores! And then took a wicked hit, and I think he's going to draw a call as well.
Comes back short side. Both Schuss and Corey Small were looking far side high on those last two shots. And this time Logan Schuss cranks it home. Short side bouncer, and the Stealth are within 2.
I think they'll wave off that call that was coming against Schuss off the goal. The second of the game for Logan Schuss. As Colorado, well, Rochester battling back, but they're going to run out of time. Down 12-7 are the Nighthawks to the Mammoth, who can clinch a playoff spot with a victory. And Saskatchewan up 3 on New England. Late in the third quarter, 10-7 there. As Vancouver now back within 2 on the Roughnecks, 8-6 here.
Now, Doherty called on interference on the faceoff, so Calgary just giving them all uncontested.
There's Digby. Circles high. Back to Dixon. Harnett will close the gap on him. Dixon on the roll. Trying to get to the front of the crease. A one-handed shoveler just stopped by Belanger.
Come, Peter! Come, Peter!
Salt will give it off to Dutch, who will get across center. McCready will take over. McFedridge to the bench. 16 on the shot clock. Wide open is Messenger off the crossbar. And up and out of play. It's Vancouver ball when we come back. 9:36 to go, third quarter. Roughnecks lead at 8-6.
Time now for my box bosses, and with 3 games.
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Sports Interaction, Canada's home for worldwide sports betting. Bet responsibly at sportsinteraction.com. Disclaimer, only residents of Canada may open an account with Sports Interaction. The service is not available to users outside of Canada.
Messenger on the back as he came down. Without Jim Milligan on the bench tonight, Jumbo, Stealth have been forced to extra communicate down here. The boys are drawing up their own plays right now.
Here's Schuss, quick feed to Dutch. Isolated. Fake it, swim it. Post up now, 15 on the shot clock. Dutch, high to McCready. Feed to Schuss, quick take. That one deflected. Chiliano still forced to make a save. Manning comes up with a loose ball. Roughnecks up the floor here. Stealth got to hustle to the bench as McCree will look for an offensive player to give off to here. He's got Wes Bird. And too many men here on the Roughnecks. I think this will be a penalty on Calgary, I believe, for too many men, Brett.
Yeah, well, with some bad bench communication. They caught with 6 guys up the floor, and the bench all kind of just looking confused. McIntosh, the in-home, so he'll sit down.
A chance to get within 1 here on the man advantage, as Vancouver gave up 2 shorthanded goals on their last power play, but do have a shorthanded goal of their own. Salt almost got 2 himself on the same penalty. 5-on-4 Vancouver. Under 9 minutes to go, third quarter. Ray to Dutch, and now Schuss. Dutch, load, shoots, looked low. Chiliano's got it underneath his leg pad. And I'm not sure he realizes the ball's underneath his glove. He's got, is there 2 balls out? No, he's got white tape around his thumb. I thought the ball was under his glove, but he's got some white around the thumb on his glove. It threw me off. Dixon, far feed into the corner. Berg found about a shot, didn't take it. Shatler all tied up by McFederich. Beers just parked in the middle. Shatler works low. 10 on the shot clock. Somebody's lost a stick down there. It's Dixon. Still Shatler shoots. That one blocked. 3 on the shot clock. Get out on him. Dixon loads and fires, and Belanger, I don't know if he saw it, but he stopped it.
I'm not sure how Dixon's stick windmilled about 20 feet in the air. The Stealth are trying to give him a rough ride here in the second half.
James Ray back out there. Logan Schuss will work the point. Corey Small, the shooter. Gersten down low. Small. Schuss. Here's Corey Small faking and put it wide as he tried to free Chiliano. They'll say that caught a piece of the big goaltender. Small still looking for his first. Dutch. That one handcuffed him. Ray with time to pick up that loose ball and lots of time on the shot clock. Schuss at the point to Dutch. Back to Small. Schuss with room, shoots. That one again deflected. Off a Roughnecks stick. The back over okay here, and Schuss just swipes it up at the center line. Schuss again, shoots it right on. Big rebound. And Durston tried to one-hand it. Can't pick it up. Chases in the corner. He's got it there. Gets away from a double. Feeds to Corey Small. Now Schuss. Back on comes McCready here. 5 seconds to go in the penalty time to McIntosh, serving the bench minor.
Yeah, badly yelling, hold, hold.
Durston far corner. Up to Schuss. Sidearm shot, and that one hit a body.
Stung McRae.
Still 8 on the shot clock. Durston out high. Darts around Carnegie. Still Durston trying to get to the crease. Tried to one-hand one low on Chiliano, who stopped it. And Durston taken down after the shot. It'll be Calgary ball.
Intensity picking up. Both back ends are playing a lot more aggressive here in the second half than they were in the first half. There's a lot of blocked shots, but this half has all been about cross-checking and slashing.
Riley Lowen, as Calgary gets a possession on offense. Here's Doby with some room, shoots. That one bounced well wide of the target. High for Digby. Still 15 on the shot clock. Lowen got a good pick from Digby. Shoots. Belanger turned it aside. Takes a bounce off the boards. Digby first on the scene. In comes Smith with a hard check. Double team. Digby goes down in a heap. Over his Salt. He'll scoop it. Takes a wrap there from Dixon, but comes away with the ball. Speed up the floor here for Salt. McCready will take over at center with 6 to go here, third quarter. 8-6 Calgary. Dutch sling it across to Small. He'll come across the top. Back to Dutch. Got McCready high. Dutchy dangle. Spins back. McCready with some room. Loads. Shoots. Scores! From well out, Joel McCready goes short side on Chiliano. We got a 1-goal game.
He likes those deep shots sometimes, just Joel McCready. It makes him look different every time. They're tough to read by a goaltender, the way that his shot comes off. And you never know where that ball is going to end up. McCready just powers it in. The Stealth are within 1.
So after trailing by 3, 2 straight here from Vancouver. Back within 1. Now out shooting Calgary 43-35. Snyder and Toll one more time. Toll wins this one. Who wants it? Hogarth first to it. Ball and feet. Cummings got it in his pocket. He had it knocked loose. Snyder overran it. It rolls for Carnegie, who's got it. Bounces across to McRae, who will step across center. Good battle for that loose ball, but Calgary comes out on top. Dixon with it. Darts around Hawksby. Shoots and just trickled wide after Belanger got a piece.
Yeah, and then Dixon given a ride again by Matt Beers as he looks up at Gordonia, and Gordonia says, no, nothing to call there.
Hawksby just gets across center, finds Joel McCready, goes down the boards with it to Small. Mitch Wild on him, feeds to Messenger, faked it, ducks inside, lost it. Ball in the middle, picked up by Wild, and he'll race up floor here, gets around Messenger, stomps up at center and gives off to Tyson Bell. And now Messenger will sneak in a late change here, as will McCready. Got to be careful here if you're Vancouver. Get your check straight. On late is Lowen. Ball loose. Smith going to try and run after it. And referees are going to send it to timeout. We'll go. 4:35 to go. Third quarter. 8-7 Roughnecks when we return to the National.
For NLL TV today, you can access live and archive games, magazine content, and more, all via your connected devices. NLLTV.com.
Here we go, Vancouver. Let's bring it back right now. Go, Stout, go, let me hear you. Go, Stout, go.
There by Beers. And shot clock down to 2 here, and O'Doherty will just wisely box out Shatler. And it'll be Vancouver ball. I thought maybe a penalty coming, but no.
Yeah, there is one. No, staring at O'Doherty, but just counting the 8 seconds. Delta made some adjustments on Curtis Dixon, and I think it's just don't give him an absolute inch. It's Beers or Harnett has been on him all quarter long.
Here's Durston to McCready. He's got some steam. McCready into the middle. Feed down to the crease. Messenger
And he does it in his first ever home game in front of half a ladder inside the Langley Event Center tonight. Evan Messenger with his first NLL goal. It's a tying goal in the third quarter. It's a money ball goal.
Had some quality chances early. And the patience there by the rookie. How about the find from Joel McCready? And just got it to go across the line there for Messenger, who ties the game up at 8.
And the celebration is he hugs with Logan Schuss, who coached Evan Messenger with the Delta Junior A Islanders last season. That's a special story.
Bogarth comes up with a loose ball off an ill-advised pass from Bobby Snyder. They'll lob it for Schuss, and now a penalty call coming here to Calgary. There's Small shoots, and that one goes off a roughneck leg as the whistle goes. As Hogarth took a stick up high. As it Chad Cummings that's going.
The momentum shifting Vancouver's way right now, but the penalty, the power play hasn't been their bright spot tonight. Can they turn things around here and take the lead in the third quarter?
Fans, this copyright telecast of the National Lacrosse League may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of the National Lacrosse League. 2 minutes up on the board here for Cummings and the Roughnecks, and Vancouver trying to take the lead. Schuss at the shooter, Small back at his point. Schuss with a low shot. And Chiliano down on his back, kept that one out. We start to see the confidence starting to come back in the game of Logan Schuss. Here's a lobber for Dobie trying to find it over his head. And then a one-handed twirl pickup. Durston trying to do the same. McCrae's got it, bounces it into the middle. Dobie's got Digby wide. Posts up on Hawksby, loses 2. Stealth in his dust there. And now Beers will take up on him. He lost his stick. Digby fired wide, and that will do it for that shot clock on the Roughnecks. 2:27 to go, third quarter. Vancouver out shooting Calgary by 10, 46-36. On the man advantage for the next minute and 13 in a tie game, 8-8. Small, Dutch, Ray, Schuss, and Durston. Here's Logan Schuss, looks into the middle. Feed back toward to Ray, and he missed on the quick stick. Manning trying to come up with a loose ball. They're going to say Calgary had possession. And Vancouver's going to get the ball back here. 50 seconds to go in the power play. Small to Schuss. Corey Small from the point. Back to Schuss. He took his eye off it. Now has to battle for the loose ball. Trying to draw a call. Not going to get it. Durston comes away with it. Feed across. Here's Dutch. Back out high. Small. Loading. Schuss. Shooting and scoring. Hat-trick goal for Logan Schuss. Vancouver in front, 9-8.
Well, snaps his 3-game scoreless skid in a big way. Hat-trick to take the lead for Logan Schuss. Bit of a funky, almost jump shot here as Frankie bit and then fell back into his crease, and the stealth Are up by 1 with $1:37 to go here in the third.
And Chiliano gonna head for the Roughneck bench here. Try and stem the tide, slow the momentum down, if you will. For the Roughnecks.
Logan Shots with just a bit of a leg kick to float that one far side.
The show pony kick, we call that, Bradley. So both teams stay out on the turf here, while Chiliano gets a sip of H2O. And a little work done on his mask at the Roughneck bench. As Calgary led it 8-5, but 4 straight goals here from Vancouver has them in front by 1 now, late in this third quarter, 1:37 to go in it. Can they keep it going here?
Big face-off coming up.
Snyder and Toll. Snyder on top of it, pulls it free into his own stick, and then got called for running with it in the back of his pocket. He can only take 1 step. And that's good officiating there to pick up that call. Dutch driving low. McCready wants it high, takes it, loads it, doesn't shoot it, goes to Small. A pick from Messenger. Small with a reacher. And Chiliano the stop. Look out, Dixon off the Calgary bench with speed. In on McCready, gets around him. Dixon over the top with it, and Belanger gives him a chicken wing stop and turns that one out of play.
That could be timely.
Calgary will retain possession as on comes Doby. Feed to Digby. Salt into him. Digby on the spin, uses the free hand. Peels back to Dixon, loads, tucks into the middle. There's Hodgson to run into him. Feed down to the crease to Lowen. He'll dig it out of the corner with 8 on the shot clock. Backdoor for Dixon. And cheap one there on Hodgson as he pushed down Dixon, who went down rather easily, and gets a new 30 here for Calgary. Quick shot, and that one hit the official. Huxby tried to go in one-handed, and then the ball batted back out to Doby, who will settle things down. They don't get the reset. And Dixon looks tired, doubled over here. Here's Doby, freehand push-off, stepping in. He's got Belanger at his mercy and tucks it in.
Belanger just fell to his knees and could not get back up as Doby dangles pretty much the lap of the crease to throw it past Ty Belanger and tie it up at 9 in a shift where, yeah, you're right, Jumbo. Dixon was almost rendered useless late as he stayed way out high, but Dane Doby.
It really is the freehand push-off there and just shoved Hodgson down, and then no chance for Belanger as Doby just ran right across the crease and had all day to put that one in to tie it up at 9.
Yeah, I don't think Beers was coming across the crease. I don't think he wanted to follow and screen Belanger and gave up the one-on-one opportunity, but Belanger was already down with that wide open door.
Toll wins this one back, gets it into the stick of McFedridge. Belanger wondering if he wants to go to the bench or not. Look out at center for Schuss. Flip over the head, Durston, an open feed to O'Doherty. Here goes Belanger to the bench. Late in the quarter, 3 in the game clock. Schuss tried to feed low to Ray. And time will expire here in quarter 3. 15 minutes here to go from the Langley Events Center and nothing decided. 9-9 your score with 1 quarter to play. We'll have it for you when we return on NLL TV and TSN 1410 on Associated Labels and Packaging, Vancouver Stealth Lacrosse.
Tyson, I don't know about you, but even though 2017 isn't over, I'm already excited for the Digby.
He's got Digby on the take, scores!
Now back over to Dane Smith with a shot. Hit the goal post inside, he scores!
Afraid you might miss out on the big stories from your favorite team? Well, not to fear, the NLL newsletter is here. All you have to do is subscribe to the new NLL newsletter, and you'll get weekly updates from everything that is happening around the league. What are you waiting for? Subscribe today.
Between these two teams, I think I've seen this story before, and the Stealth are just hoping it doesn't end the way that it did a couple of seasons ago inside this building. Next mistake wins this lacrosse game. This game has been so close. Some big saves, and what is Curtis Gibson going to do in the fourth quarter here? He was shut out in quarter number 3. Stealth did a good job frustrating him. Can he come alive here, or can the Stealth capitalize?
4-goal run there from Vancouver to take the 9-8 lead after trailing 8-5, and then Doby answered back for Calgary late in that third quarter to tie it up. Blow the whistle. Let's place them across. We're underway here in the fourth quarter. Vancouver now going left to right as it's Calgary possession to start the fourth.
Every loose, every face-off is going to be massive in this quarter.
There's Jeff Schattler with it. High for Wes Berg. He'll drive low, trying to get underneath. Nothing there. Berg holding. Looks across, goes back to Dixon. He's got Toll on him on the post up. Dixon, step back, shoot, and to Belanger. Just kept the stick planted in between his legs and made the save. Here's Dutch off the bench. Feed, Dutch, feed, scores! Oh, what a catch and finish from Reese Dutch. 10-9 Vancouver. That's the way you want to start a quarter.
33 seconds, Reese Dutch right out of the front gate. You know, the Stealth shifted where they come out of their benches last season. They want their, in other words of this season, they want their second and fourth quarters to have that short run.
I think it's a couple now, bro.
I think that's exactly why they did it.
Snyder with a face-off win. And again, ran with it in the back of his pocket, and it'll be Vancouver ball.
Nice pass from Salt through traffic for Reese Dutch to bring that in and pull the shot out.
I thought it was going to come too late, and then it was high, and Dutch did very well to bring it in. Good pick there from Smith. Bell, a little rattled after that hard pick from Cliff Smith. Here's Corey Small. McCready drives low, spins back on McCray. McCready, and looks short side, got called in the crease. Bell brings in a pass, and he'll get across center quickly. Dixon will take the pass. Harnett waits for him. Be ready to help. Dixon holding. On comes Digby. He'll clear a path. Dixon finds Doby. He's open. Shoots a hard one. Belanger took it up high, and Beers has the loose ball. Messenger out there with Schuss. Schuss starts low, shoots quickly. And that one bounced in front of Chiliano and out of play. Quick possession there. And Calgary gets it right back. Wild will hit Dixon off the bench. Now Schattler. Wes Berg. Penalty call coming here to Vancouver. Didn't see it. Arm is up though. Chiliano will hustle to the Calgary bench. 6 on the shot clock. Get out on Berg. And that shot deflected wide. Hawksby will touch it up, and here comes a penalty call to Vancouver. As it's Peter McFedridge that's going to go.
Yeah, he's going to go for the hold. Haven't seen who it was on.
Holding the stick.
A crucial kill to come here for the Vancouver Stealth.
Give me the stats on the Roughneck power play tonight, Brad. As they'll get sent up here, Katoni going to work the point. We've got Lowen out there as well. So no Schattler, no Digby. Here's Dobie around the screen. Fakes, Dixon loads, scores.
1 for 5 now. And Dixon's 5th of the night. Didn't take long at all. Ties it up at 10.
10-10 with 12:40 to play. Nothing fancy. Just a pass from Dobie and Dixon. All sorts of time and room to load.
Hawksby got in the way, maybe tried to get a block attempt on there, but when that ball's coming that fast, it's tough to get over.
Schneider goes over his head again. Now McRae deep in his own zone. 8 seconds to get it up and over here. O'Doherty working him over, and he's going to take a penalty. Are you kidding me?
Tough break for the Vancouver Stealth here.
Now Calgary trying to get a delay game call on Harnett for shooting after the whistle. Calgary bench not liking that, but O'Doherty going to go right to the penalty box here. Right after Calgary scoring a power play goal, they go right back to work. Is that checking through the crease, Brent?
Yeah, I ran through.
Man, oh man.
And hit McRae.
Oh, here we go again. 10-10. Calgary on the man advantage. Dobie around a screen, trying to find his shot. Does. Belanger saved it. Ball loose in the crease. And Vancouver will get possession here.
They need to keep their ball in their stick. It's a better option than trying to block this Calgary Roughneck power play.
Maybe try and get a reset here.
Old school.
McCready wants it, gets it, drives low, feeds back to Dutch, loads up, and fires a long bomb. That Chiliano takes in his stick. Dixon will run this one ahead here with still over a minute to work with in the power play. And again, they go without Digby and out without Schattler here on this man advantage. Katoni from the point to Dobie. Sets the screen. Around it comes Dobie. Now Dixon. Back to Dobie. Shoots. A rising sidearm just missed. Chance for Katoni to fire low. Big rebound. Dobie turned aside by Belanger. And they'll wave that one off in the crease. Calgary wants to challenge. And Kurt Malowski will throw it quickly.
Yeah, what have you got to lose? Fourth quarter, tie game, playoff lives on the line. The team was saying throw it right away.
Well, it was waved off right away, and this will be interesting to see the replay here on NLL TV side. We'll walk you through it.
Yeah, from my vantage point, he was airborne in the crease and then batted it in.
And remember now, call on the floor is no goal from Gartonio. As we'll get a look at our first replay here. Original shot comes from Dobie. I don't know.
Oh, that's close. So Berg jumps in the crease, bats it in. His foot is down. And where's the ball on that shot? I think it's already in.
Tough to see on that angle. You can't see the ball from that angle. So the review on here. Still 48 seconds to go in the penalty time to O'Doherty.
I don't think I've ever seen a review quite like this, where he doesn't have the ball in his stick and he goes airborne to bat it in.
Goal or no goal? Quite the effort from Westberg.
Nose for the net.
10-10 with 11:13 to go and a goal review underway here.
And if there's not conclusive evidence, the call on the field stands. And right now it's no goal. And from this angle, I don't think
I
we
still
can see
haven't
the ball.
seen the ball.
No, ball's moving too fast, even for still shots in this sport.
Foot down. Here comes an overhead look. But you're not going to be able to tell when the foot comes down from the overhead. Everybody waiting on pins and needles here.
Yeah. We don't have any face-off personnel really out yet. Bob Snyder's out. Stealth aren't showing anything from there. And Nick Thomas out right now to chat with the other members of the refereeing staff.
I mean, the follow-through from Berg hasn't taken place yet there. Like, he hasn't come forward with the stick and the foot down. And again, that overhead, you just can't tell when his foot touches down in the crease. And I think this might be one of those ones where if it was called a goal, it stands, but because it's a non-goal, I don't know if he got enough to overturn it. But I have been wrong plenty of times up in this booth, so I really cannot call this one way or the other.
Yeah, it's almost getting to a point where I'm not sure if league might be working on this, but you need two different angles simultaneously at the same time to say, okay, this angle shows the foot down and this angle shows the ball going in. I don't think we have that technology as of yet.
The other thing I think I'd like to see in the NLL, Brad, is maybe how much time you're allowed to review if you're the official. Like put a 90-second clock on it or whatever.
Right.
But here comes Gardonio out of the booth. And the goal call or non-goal call, no go.
So the building legs hit. Can the Stealth capitalize on that break right now? Shorthanded still for 48 seconds.
It will be Vancouver ball. And the game remains tied at 10.
And the Roughnecks trying to figure out where the ball is. It's going to be deep in the Stealth zone.
And now they want to bring the ball, out to center?
The Roughnecks can't be happy, right? They'd rather force the play deep in their own Stealth zone.
I'm not sure why that ball is brought out high like that. McCready will take it. Wild waiting for him. Here's a pick from Smith to open him up, and he'll go for a run. Bell working him over with cross checks. McCready, a feed to Small, darts low into the middle, had a stick chopped right out of his hands. And here come the Roughnecks up the floor. 3-on-2. It's Schattler back to Wild, a feed across. Doby stopped by Belanger. He'll lob out to center to Salt. Dutch says slow it down. 15 seconds left to kill off, and it looks like Vancouver will be able to do that.
Almost one too many passes by the Roughnecks. I think Wild was open before he dished it back to Doby. Had some net.
Doherty up and standing. Just having a casual lean against the glass, and we're back to 5-on-5. Here's Dutch. Got a pick from Ray. Dutch fakes, takes, and Chiliano down on his knees makes that save. Calgary possession. This is Riley Lowen on Hogarth. Now Dixon. Out wide, 15 on the shot clock. Dixon holding. Backdoor. Lowen spins, comes to the top of the crease, and Belanger got a shoulder on that one on the short side. Stayed right with it. Vancouver's turn on offense.
That's a great save by Ty Belanger to come back and throw that short side shoulder out.
There's Logan Schuss. He's got 3 tonight. Corey Small. I don't believe a scored, Brett.
Nope.
There's McCready with a drop. Spins on Bell. Goes to Dutch. This is a spin from Schuss. Crossover shot. Almost got it to go. Another chance coming. Here's Messenger. He'll pull out for a new 30.
That's a big loose ball by Logan Schuss on the doorstep.
Dutch one-on-one with the Roughneck defender Bell. Now Messenger to Logan Schuss. Feet across. Dutch backs away from McCray. Now McCready open. Here's Dutch. Took a high shot. And no arm goes up. Oh, my. We're going to break. 8:59 to go in this fourth and final quarter. Deadlocked at 10. Associated Labels and Packaging, Vancouver Stealth Lacrosse on TSN 1410.
This is Sean Evans going up against Miles Thompson. Champion play is Miles one-handed behind the back shot on the Colorado Mammoth. That one was a no-brainer. It goes up this week against Sean Evans, who cuts inside, takes the behind the back shot, short side on Mike Poulin, and makes no mistake. So fans, who have you got? Sean Evans from the Black Wolves or Miles Thompson from the Georgia Swarm? Head to Twitter now, cast your vote.
If you're a player looking for a lightweight head that delivers power and control, string up the Under Armour Command Low.
With 9 minutes to play, and it's Calgary ball.
Third and final spot largely on the line here in the next 8.5 minutes.
Schattler for Doby. Berg cuts through the middle. Doby's going to shoot it, and it's blocked. Goes into the corner. Schattler there to pick it up. Circles around on the run. Good check from behind. Then O'Doherty taken down. Ball still loose. Lowen swipes it back into the zone. 1 to go on the shot clock. And then Schattler takes a late shot, and that hit Hawksby. Vancouver looking for a call.
I think Stealth are looking for a couple of calls. They wanted an interference on O'Doherty going down, and then Hawksby takes that late bullet.
54-44, Vancouver out shooting Calgary. Shuts around a screen. Feeds to James Ray. Into the corner for Dutch. Hard pick there from McCready. He's got some room. Got a shot. Scores! Joe McCready puts Vancouver in front, 11-10.
McCready from his sweet spot again. If he's not right on the doorstep, he's right there. Throwing these long bombs. 11-10 to still take the lead on the 99th career goal by Joel McCready.
Back to center we go. Calgary looking up at the replay here. I'm not sure why, but there's no one near the crease. Snyder with a face-off win.
Textbook from McCready as he steps into it, follows through, twist to the hips, power behind it.
There's Holden Katoni. Westberg comes on late. Jarrett Toll waiting for him. 12 on the shot clock for Berg. Steps in, fires high, and just missed far side. Took a dead bounce off the boards. Up to Dixon. Trying to shoot late, does, and it goes wide. Here goes Smith off the top. That's a shot clock violation on the Roughnecks. Vancouver ball. So it'll be Vancouver ball here as Schuss will come on to take it. Smith will head for the Vancouver bench.
So after a couple weeks in transition, McCready really relishing his time out of the front gate again. Last 3 games, he's had at least 2 goals.
Dutch will work with McCready. Around the screen goes to Small. You just got to figure he's going to show up late in this game. Here's Schuss off the shaft of Chiliano. It stayed out. New 30 here for Vancouver. McCready looks inside, touchdown on the crease. Lots of time. Here's Messenger, and he fanned on the quick stick. Manning will break away. Doby might have left a little early. Here's Manning to Doby. He'll fake it and put it off the crossbar. Had Belanger dancing around again.
Yeah, he's making Belanger bite all night.
Hawksby comes up with a loose ball. Pressured there quickly by Carnegie. Shovels off to Salt. Vancouver dodges a bullet there. Here's Durston on the dart low. Flip back, Schuss with room, shoots, scores! Feeling it, Schuss!
He's back. Fourth of the night for Logan Schuss as he goes upstairs, this time on Frank Giuliano, who dropped early, leaving that shelf wide open. Still, they're on top by 2.
12-10, Vancouver, 6:40 to go. Back to center we go. Toll wins it towards the Roughneck bench. Bell comes up with it. He got hammered. Ball goes out of play. This should be Vancouver possession, and it is. Watch out down there, Bradley.
That was close.
Yes, it was. Not quite O'Doherty into the box, but...
Yeah, not quite January 2014.
There's McCready working with Dutch again. Around a high screen. Still McCready holding. Feeds wide to Schuss. Not a bad idea. Here's Dutch. Quick shot. That one goes wide. Ball bounces out near center. Messenger racing back. Picked up on the run by Cummings. He's got Carnegie up there with him, and he'll slow things up here, and Vancouver will play some deep. And again, Messenger back out there on defense as he had to go back and support. Around the screen comes low in, and that one on the goal line, they'll say it counts. Belanger got a chunk, but not enough, and it just trickled across the line. Back to a 1-goal game.
He had a feeling Lowen was going to strike at some point. He's a silent assassin, and he makes it a 1-goal game late in this one. It was Messenger who was on the slide, and a little bit too late. And some time and space for Lowen as Toby has to tiptoe. Carefully doesn't fall in.
That one clearly across the line. Toll yanks it free into the Roughneck bench. It's Calgary ball. 1-2 cleanly. So 12-11 Vancouver now. 6 minutes to play. Calgary ball. Dixon to Tyler Digby. Hawksby waiting for him. Shatler down far corner, Lowen. Circles around the screen again. Still Lowen on the run. Got no angle. Takes it all the way in behind the goal. Feeds to Shatler. Shatler will try his luck and hit the pipe. Salt way up the floor. Breakaway. Justin Salt right in. Played it wide. Rebound. Smith scores! That's why you hustle right there, Cliff Smith. Picked up the rebound and sticks it past Giuliano to make it 13-11.
Great job by Smith to run up the floor and stay with this play. Sometimes you need defenders split off, get the change, get the O guys out. But having a safety valve like that right behind is a good idea. Smith has his second of the season and in timely fashion.
Wow. Early move on Toll. Calgary ball. Dixon with it. Berg sets a pick for him. Dixon drives low. Spins back to his strong side. 20 on the shot clock on the post up now. Feet high. Got past everybody. McFedrich wants to run onto it. Looking for the quick whistle here. And he'll just scoop it up and get the offense out now. Up 2 with 5 to play. Logan Schuss, 15 on the shot clock. Feed in front. Corey Small, and he fanned on the shot. Off the backhand feed from Schuss.
I think Carnegie got a stick on it.
Tyson Bell gives off to Westberg. Arnett waits for him. They got Berg isolated here. Now Dixon comes over. Here's Berg into the middle. Shoot that one off a helmet and up out of play, which will take us to our final timeout. Catch your breath, ladies and gentlemen. We're back with the big finish. 13-11 Stealth when we return to Associated Labels and Packaging Vancouver Stealth Lacrosse.
Mia, turn it over to you for this week's Unstrung Hero of the Week. A player who may not have chipped in on the score sheet, but contributed to his team's successes in some other ways. So, who have you got?
Well, we heard from him a little bit earlier on in the show, but my unsung hero for this week happens to be Frank Chiliano. It was a must-win situation for the Calgary Roughnecks, and he stepped up big between the pipes for this team. Taking a look at the numbers, 54 shots on goal. He had 46 saves in this game. As you mentioned earlier, this was probably one of his best performances so far this season, and under a pressure situation, he really helped out his team on the back end. He was even named the first star in the game, so that is why Frank Chiliano is my unstrung hero.
He's got Digby on the take, scores! Now back over to Dane Smith with a shot, hit the goal post inside, he scores!
Afraid you might miss out on the big stories from your favorite team? Well, not to fear, the NLL newsletter is here. All you have to do is subscribe to the new NLL newsletter, and you'll get weekly updates from everything that is happening around the league. What are you waiting for? Subscribe today.
Come on, let's shake it now.
2-goal lead, 13-11.
And not a lot needs to be said by either of the benches right now. Things are eerily quiet down here. It's down to business. Desperation time for the Calgary Roughnecks, down by 2.
Calgary ball out of the timeout in the stick of Jeff Schattler. Set play on here for sure. You know it from Kurt Malowski. Westberg working with Dixon. Berg will drive low. Here's Berg to the front, and he tried to slam it far side, and it went wide as Berg tries to get himself out of the crease as Hawksby all over him. Here's Doby with some rim. He'll shoot it. That one went off a stick and out, and it's Vancouver ball. Big stand on D there for Vancouver. Is 13 enough? Dutch with 16 on the shot clock. Corey Small in low for Schuss. Schuss around a screen, shoots, scores! When you're hot, and Logan Schuss is that.
5 Easter eggs tonight for Logan Schuss as the Stealth are on top by 3 with 3:52 to go late in this game.
Big goal there for Schuss in Vancouver to make it 14-11. Far side, hip high, in it goes.
Again, if you're flipping over from the other games, Logan Schuss has been blanked in 4 of his last 6 games, shut out in his last 3, biggest drought of his career, and he has 5 here tonight to make up for it.
Now an over and back call here on Calgary. Vancouver ball. Toll bounces for Durston, look out from behind. Had the ball yanked free. Small comes over, it's batted back. Toll's got to cut it off here, does. He gets run into from behind, and that'll draw a call on the Roughnecks. Calgary hates it on the bench. Durston gets across center. Over his shoulder to Small. And you know Calgary's going to pressure all over the floor here, and Small just threw it away. So Calgary gets another crack, and here goes Chiliano to the Calgary bench. 6-on-5 Roughnecks. Just over 3 to play. Digby lobs for Lowen. Dixon around a screen, loads and shoots. Belanger out well to challenge, cut it down. Now Beers trying to kick this ball across center, does. Probably should have made the change. Hodgson will run onto it. And then, oh my, that's got to be a penalty.
Minor interference on Shatler.
That's a dangerous check there. But it is Vancouver possession. But not for long as it's stolen by McRae. Dan McRae in on Messenger. Still McRae. Looks for a trailer and Messenger knocked it free. And then Harnett swept under. McIntosh keeps it on the right side. Here's Schaller to Dixon. Back to Schaller. Shoots. Belanger stopped. And now what do we got? A back-in violation on the stealth.
Back in, and O'Doherty run through it. Trying to grab that loose ball, man.
Roughneck possession. Dixon's got it. Vancouver trying to get sorted out.
Frankie to the bench.
Here's Doby. Messenger still out there on defense. Doby around a screen. Goes to Dixon. Backhand feed Bird. Back to Doby. Shoots. Deflected. Who wants it? Ball loose on the carpet. Harnett can't scoop it. Oh, Messenger took one up high. And that'll draw a call. It was O'Doherty that actually took the high stick. And Vancouver will get a man advantage here with 2 minutes to go.
Just a penalty kill or a power play to finish off this game. Don't even shoot. Just get those resets. Couple 4-possession lacrosse game here, and it's game over. As Digby is some kind of choked with the referees right now.
14-11 Vancouver going to the man advantage with 2:02 remaining. As Chiliano will replace Del Bianco, who is doing the running to the Roughneck bench. And now Dixon's going to come out and play the short man to get an offensive player out there. So Vancouver will just keep it to the outside here for the better part of 20 seconds.
Yeah, milk it down, take a shot, reset, milk it down, take a shot.
Calgary forced to chase here. Ray open down in the crease, feet in front, Durston scores!
Or score another goal.
Dagger from Durston. 15-11 stealth.
Fourth quarter onslaught by the Vancouver Stealth. This was a tie game at the 45-minute mark.
Chiliano going to come to the Calgary bench here now. I think they'll just go with 6 runners.
Pulling out all the stops late in this game.
That was Vancouver's 60th shot of the game. Durston with his first. As they review it under 2 minutes. The goal is good from Durston. Back to center. Snyder wins it. And Calgary's got to go to work quickly here. Here's Schaller from the outside. Step shot blocked there by Toll. Dixon with the room. Faked it. Dixon corkscrew shot and Belanger stopped him. Hawksby will pick it up. Calgary looking for the back in call, not going to get it. Vancouver's got the empty net, not going to take it. McCready will just try and kill as much time off as he can.
And Dixon and Digby hanging out all the way in the offensive zone. Digby just giving it to Gordonio right now. He's got to be careful.
Well, I don't know why Gordonio's taking it. Just ring him out.
Yeah, that's 10 easy already.
3 on the shot clock. Hawksby from long range. Why not? Tried to bounce one off of Chiliano, but missed him. And now Calgary with 48 seconds left, down 4. Doby. Room. Shoots. Save. Belanger turned it into the corner. Schaller comes out of there with it. Catoni now. He'll rip. That one gets deflected wide, and Vancouver's got it. O'Doherty will just throw it down the floor. Give it right back to the Roughnecks. Shot clock off. Digby taken down. No call.
He's not going to like that, the way the last few minutes have been going for Tyler Digby.
Salt's got the empty cage. Not going to go for it. Or will it? Just going to run this clock out. Vancouver's going to win this thing. 3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1.
1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. One. Game over. Stoke win 15-11, and bodies come together at the buzzer. And a game they had to have. A game they trailed 8-6 at halftime.
A 5-1 fourth quarter, second half where I don't think Curtis Dixon scored once as they shut him down. And the Vancouver Stealth sail back into a playoff position for the time being. 15-11 at home with LEC.
Outscore Calgary 9-3 in that second half. And now put themselves in a good spot with 2 games remaining as Calgary will host Saskatchewan next weekend. Colorado comes to town here to Vancouver. And then Vancouver will finish off the season in New England. But in a game that had all sorts of tiebreaker implications. Vancouver now with the season series over Calgary 3-1. As they take them down on their home floor here tonight in their BC flag jerseys, 15-11.
Yeah, fate now in their own hands for the Vancouver Stealth, just the way that they wanted. They didn't want to have a lose scenario tonight and have the scoreboard watch next week. Now it's the flip and the reverse. Vancouver Stealth improved to 7-9. Roughnecks 7-10. And just strong second half to fix the defensive issues and quiet Curtis Dixon down, have Logan Schuss come off the schneid at the right time, and have Ty Belonge make some key saves in this game. Things just turned around for the Vancouver Stealth. And, I just think the Calgary Roughnecks did not look like a team that was fighting for their playoff lives tonight, and the Vancouver Stealth did.
I just watched John Harnett and Kurt Malowski kind of cross pass, and they did not even look at each other. And that's probably to be expected. Your 3 stars here tonight. Reese Dutch, your 3rd star. Curtis Dixon, your 2nd star. And with a 5-goal performance, Logan Schuss, your number 1 star here tonight. Your final shots on goal, 60 for Vancouver, 50 for Calgary. Your final score, 15-11, Vancouver over the Roughnecks. That'll wrap it up on NLL TV side. We will say goodnight. Post-game show comes up on TSN 1410 next.
The Hot Wire. Tune in to win with TSN 1040's Total Recall Contest, funded by CapitalDirect.ca.